Hello, everyone. Welcome inside Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio tonight. The Joes look to start a new win streak after their 7-game one was snapped yesterday as they host the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in midweek action in the GLSCL. Hi, everyone. Luke West-Poley, Blake Griffin alongside Blake. Joe's streak unfortunately snapped yesterday, but this team was so hot it didn't even really seem to matter as they didn't move at all in the GLSCL standings. Still a game up on Licking County, who is actually losing as of right now. Joe's obviously slowed down the momentum a little bit last night, but looking to continue to roll, and always a chance to start a new streak when one ends.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to keep things rolling. A little speed bump. The offense wasn't quite what we like to see yesterday, but the pitching was there and the defense was there. So, the offense can take a day off every once in a while, and I think they'll be just fine coming back today.
Absolutely. Joe's currently leading the GLSCL, 6.86 runs per game, and also first in the GLSCL with the least amount of runs given up per game at 4.36. You're going to have a lot of success when you lead in both of those categories, obviously. For the Southern Ohio Copperheads, a bit of a struggle for them in the past week or so. They went 0-6 last week to the Joes 7-0. They did snap that losing streak yesterday, though, in the victory. Coming in with a record of 5-8, and TJ Lanning's team just looking to find that hot streak that they just haven't been able to find through the first couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, we talked with their interns, and they're all happy about snapping the losing streak as anybody would. Finally back into the win column for them, but unfortunately they got to run into the Joes tonight.
Yeah, Joe's 3-5 here at Foundation Field. Copperheads 3-4 on the road this season. Should be a good one. Josh Leisure on the mound for the Joes. He will face off against Nick Williams, who is on the mound for Southern Ohio. We'll take a short break. This has been the Fitton Center pregame. Thanks for tuning in. Blake Griffin and I will have the call when we come back. Joe's Baseball live here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. ADG Services is Hamilton and Fairfield's most trusted painting contractors, offering deck staining, sealing, and waterproofing, as well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services is your way to go for all your painting needs. Visit them at 456 Sims Road in Fairfield or give them a call at 513-295-2767. ADG Services, a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Ladies and gentlemen, throwing out tonight's ceremonial first pitch to kick off the action at Foundation Field is Ann Maria Silly from Casual Pint and Brian Flick with Brown, Dawson, and Flick. And now to introduce tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Southern Ohio Copperheads. Leading off in left field, number 3, Trey Rucker.
Welcome to Foundation Field for some GLSCL action. Beautiful day. The clouds are slightly out, but the sun's still prevalent here in Hamilton, Ohio. Joe's taking on the Copperheads. Joe's 9-5, Copperheads 5-8. They're doing the lineups here at the field, so we'll do the same. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Kettering Health, proud partner of your Hamilton Joes. Once again, a mainstay at the top of the lineup. Grant Miller leading things off, playing center field for the Joes. Nick Wimmers getting his first start at first base on the season. He'll bat second. Batting third, Evan Ulrich behind the plate. Clay Badalak will DH and will be in the 4 spot. Max Palmieri will get his first start for the Joes and play second base. Sam Lowe batting 6th, playing shortstop. Batting 7th, Walker Bridges, as he'll get his first start after a couple of days after his hot week, playing third base. Tristan Melvin playing left field, he'll bat 8th, and Casey Fink will bat 9th and play right field. And on the mound for your Joes will be Josh Lazier. As the Joes come running out, here come your Joes. Fairly good-sized crowd today. It's been a couple of good days in a row weather-wise. We've seen the ball kind of be scattered around the park. We're looking to see some more home runs here at Foundation Field. We've only just seen the one. But Josh Lazier will look to mow down some Copperheads tonight and get the Joes, as Luke Westpoli mentioned, back on the winning streak. Luke, what are we looking for today?
Just looking for a strong performance. After yesterday, things were a little bit disappointing, especially on the offensive side. But you just don't want to turn that into a habit. I think that's all you can really ask for. Definitely a strong offensive showing. Josh Lazier has been strong throughout his couple appearances on the mound so far for the Joes this season. Got to think that you're going to get some good stuff on the mound from him again today. Just got to follow up that performance yesterday that was lacking a little bit of that juice on the offensive side with maybe a little more energy, and just try to get yourself back in the win column. The bats can certainly do that and certainly bring the heat for the Joes.
Josh Lazier, a Wright State Raider, one of the many Wright State Raiders we have on the Hamilton Joes roster, making his 3rd appearance on the season, 3rd start of the season, a record of 1-0, a 2.25 ERA, 8 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits, and got that big win against the Mariners and that big run rule victory. Went 5 innings in that one, just gave up 3 hits and struck out 4. He'll get his 2nd appearance against the Copperheads, as he did get the start in that 7-4 loss. But not to any fault of his own, as he put up 3 hitless innings, struck out 4, walked 2, and will now be met at the plate by Trey Rucker. And the first pitch will be on the outside corner, swung on a missed. Exactly what we like to see from Josh Lazier. And what you're going to see consistently from him is that he's going to fill up that zone, get a lot of swings and misses, as that one will miss off the plate. 1-1 on the inside corner. Caught it and painted it. And will now be in a advantageous position to get his first strikeout of the game here against Trey Rucker. The 1-2 on the outside corner, paint it black. The first batter of the game is the beer batter. A backwards K for Josh Lazier. That fastball is really looking lively tonight.
Yeah, that was a really strong at-bat. Josh Lazier with 4 fastballs there in the 4-pitch strikeout, sitting in the 92-93 range, and just blowing it by Trey Rucker.
Like to see that continue here against Gunnar Aldridge, as he'll foul that one off. We talked about the all-name team that we've kind of been putting together here for the GLSCL South, and Gunnar Aldridge, one of my favorites. As the 0-1 on the outside corner there. So all business for Josh Laser, just the one ball here in his first 6 pitches. The 0-2 on the inside, but going to push Aldridge a bit off the plate. Good setup pitch here with 2 strikes. The 1-2 bounced down in the plate. Gunnar Aldridge from Michigan State, senior for the Spartans. Lake Orion, Michigan. So that one is shot on the ground past the glove of Wimmers. That'll rattle around. That's Aldridge into second standing. The 1-out double. So it looked like going to the fastballs consistently on that one.
Yeah, so that was the first off-speed pitch that Lazier threw the first 2 batters. It was a slider, and Aldridge went after it. Pays off for him there. That ball was hit pretty hard up the right side. He's rewarded with a double. Lazier really been using that fastball early.
All right, back to it. That one missed low. It's the Copperheads center fielder will now bat with runner at second. That's Gunnar Aldridge. As Kyle Ratliff will look to get things going. That ball set in the left field, but right in the glove of Tristan Melvin, who reside in left field for the Joes tonight. Not much doing in that at-bat for Kyle Ratliff. And now back-to-back batters with some solid contact off Josh Lazier. So still a runner at second as that one bounces away from Evan Ulrich. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Gunnar Aldridge out there at second, as they'll look to strand him out there. The 1-0. Not going to catch that outside corner. So missing maybe a bit low. Falls a little behind in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. I believe this is Bam Thomas.
Is
I think
indeed.
he went by Bam.
Yep, Bam Thomas.
The 2-0. Going to find the outer corner. And Bam, not too happy about that one. So 3 names definitely on the all-name list. It's Bam Thomas, Gunnar Aldridge, and Maverick Stallings. And Stallings, who we'll see on the on-deck circle. 2-1. Chopped on the ground. Max Palmieri, a little fumble, but able to make the play over to Nick Wimmers for out number 3. So Gunnar Aldridge has himself a double, but is left stranded. And Josh Lazier able to get out of the inning unscathed. Home half of the first, the Joes get their first chance to put some runs on the board against the Copperheads. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
back here for the bottom of the first year, Foundation Field, we'll see Grant Miller, Nick Wimmers, and Evan Ulrich lead things off for the Joes. As we get things going, we'll see Nicholas Williams, almost called Nicholas Wimmers, Nick Wimmers playing first base for the Joes tonight. But Nick Williams out of Rockmart, Georgia, goes to Snead State Community College, making his third start in the season for the Copperheads.
Yeah, he's gone 2 starts, 6 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 8 earned runs so far off 9 hits. Copperheads, another team that can recruit some good JUCO guys. We talk about our LSU Eunice guys. They made the JUCO World Series, won the JUCO World Series a year ago. And Snead State, where Nick Williams hails from, qualifiers to the NJCAA World Series this year, went 42-16.
So not accustomed to the losses.
Absolutely not.
Lead things off with Grant Miller. That'll miss inside. We mentioned yesterday, Grant Miller, the batting average not quite there leading off innings, but reached base to lead things off yesterday. Drew a walk. Pretty good day at the plate for him. Went 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI, and that big RBI that put the Joes in the lead at the time. The Joes would then relinquish the lead and lose 4-3. As that one is shot foul.
Fans, if you retrieve a foul ball that's hit out of play, please return it to the white stand along the first base line. We will stand it.
Williams has seen the Joes before. Went 4 1/3 innings the last time the Joes played the Copperheads on the road in Athens, Ohio. 6 hits, 5 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and faced 22 batters. As the 1-2 fouled back. So Grant Miller now at the very top of the Joes in terms of average, hitting .378. A new player above him before was Wimmers, but he didn't qualify for the leaderboard. It's the 1-2, a breaking ball. Grant Miller knew it.
Yeah, good breaking ball there. Just started up and in on Miller and dove right down Broadway. Now we'll see Nick Wimmers. Wimmers obviously loving to face those righties. We believe talked about yesterday the switch hitter, but more of a natural lefty in the box.
That one will miss off the plate. I've yet to see a lefty really kind of put a charge into one in a game. I've seen a couple of guys put balls out from the left-handed batter's box in BP, but I've yet to really see something really driven here at Foundation Field, and probably because it's such a big park. It's kind of cavernous, and the air gets kind of thick, and the ball doesn't really travel very well. But a good count to do it here, 2-0, and that'll be fouled off.
Yeah, one of the top lefties in terms of bats in this Joe's lineup, or on this Joe's roster, I should say. Riley Hawthorne is not in the lineup today, so talked to Riley during BP, said balls are flying well. He was hitting them really hard, said that they were flying out there. It was a good day to hit.
2-1. He swung on and missed there for strike 2. Williams with the jersey kind of unbuttoned. Don't know if that's a stylistic choice or if he kind of threw out of the button. If it was a loose button. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. Must add some velo. That's the missing button. And that'll be 2 strikeouts on the day for Williams. And bring up the catcher, Evan Ulrich. So just the 4 strikeouts coming into today for Williams has already shown that he is a bit more poised to get the strikeouts. But we'll look to do so against Evan Ulrich, who does lead the team in slugging percentage and total bases. So definitely a guy you're going to see find some gaps, and we look to see him find a gap here. The count runs even 1-1.
Yeah, Ulrich's hit a lot. He leads the team in doubles, and he's obviously tied for the team in home runs. He hits a lot of extra base hits.
Williams will step off. Also, Can't tell if is Williams got the tight pants or is it they just short. So that one's laced high into the air. Going back on it was Rucker, makes the catch in the left center field gap. A little bit of excitement from Evan Ulrich, but that one finds the glove that time. And we are stuck at 0-1. Top of the second coming up. Copperheads coming to the plate.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio.
Back here at Foundation Field, all tied at 1 after a relatively quick first inning from both sides. Just saw the one hit by Gunnar Aldrich for the Copperheads, and then saw Nick Williams kind of settle into the mound against the Joes in the first inning. We'll see it 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Copperheads, bringing up probably one of my favorite names on this team, Maverick Stallings. And the first pitch to Stallings on the outer third. We mentioned in the break, Lazier kind of needing to lean a little more heavy on that fastball, as that one has got him through the first inning very well. As that one shot to Wimmers, he'll be tested. Will gobble it up, step on first base himself, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Well, he starts with 2 fastballs. We saw him rely on that heavily, to your point, Blake, in that first inning. Sitting around the mid-90s. We only saw him throw that slider, I think, one time, and that was the ball that got hit up the right side for the double. So Lazier relying on that fastball here.
The first pitch to Steidel will be on the outer third. That's a fastball. As Joshua Steidel puts a charge into that one. Going back is Melvin. A run into the cage over there down the left field line. You see the power there. And we just got word that he does lead the whole league in slugging percentage. And I've seen him put a couple balls out. We were watching the game before we played the Jazz. He was mashing baseballs. So that one's hit high into the air. Sam Lowe going to catch that one in shallow left field. And that'll retire Joshua Steidel. We'll bring up Mitch Class.
This bottom of the order has struggled a little bit at the plate, especially lately for the Copperheads. Class leading the way for those guys at 193.
We'll see if Lazier can make quick work of Class. Get the Joes back in the dugout. As he bounces one and then throws one to the backstop. I have to note it is relatively warm here in Hamilton, so the sweat definitely might be playing a factor in grip sometimes. The 2-0 going to be fouled off.
Yeah, 85 degrees at first pitch. So we've seen hotter days, especially earlier in the week, but still not a cool one by any means.
Oh, no chance. The 2-1 gonna miss low. So behind the count, 3-1 is Lazier on Class. He hunts down a 1-2-3 inning, as that one will be popped out of play. So able to battle back, run the count full is Lazier. Look to smoothly get through this second inning, the 3-2. Beautiful breaking ball, froze Class hang that a backwards K. Second of the game for Josh Lazier. And a 1-2-3 second hangs another 0 on the board. Here come the Joes. Look to get something going against Williams. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Joes fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at cboxsports.
Home half of the second will be 4, 5, and 6 as Williams worked through the Joes 1, 2, 3. The Badalac, Palmieri, and Sam Lowe. We have the DH Clay Badalac. Seeing Williams kind of be comfortable on that mound. Looking back stats-wise, has not been the most comfortable. Has given up a decent amount of hits, and the strikeouts not quite up there. Has already matched his season high. As that one shot back up the middle. Clay Badalac, one pitch. Rounding relatively hard to retreat back to first base, and the leadoff base runner for the Joes.
Badalac, the best OBP on the team, as the leadoff at 500, just takes the first pitch. That takes some guts to do after you watch your team get retired in order on 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Go after the first pitch you see. That one was hit well into the gap.
We'll bring up Max Palmieri, who we saw get an at-bat against the Steam back in Roselawn.
Yeah, Palmieri came in the 7th in that game, struck out looking in the Joes run rule victory. That was the final at-bat he got.
Has already seen the ball find him defensively, look to produce offensively as that one finds the zone. We've been kind of waiting with anticipation for Palmieri to return from his hand injury. As there's been a lot of talk about him being pretty good. The 1-1 gonna miss away. Williams just running through that. Got no stop sign on that one. No pause. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe a balk call coming in the future if he continues that. 2 balls, 1 strike. As that one will find the zone and even the count at 2-2. Joe's wearing their black jerseys, which I haven't seen them wear at home in a little bit. Normally reserved for the road games. The Copperheads in the bright orange. Swing and a miss. Chasing the ball down. Below the zone is Palmieri. And 3rd strikeout of the game for Williams, already a season high in the 2nd inning. Brings up Sam Lowe. Gets out of the 6 hole. Hit that one a mile into the air. Camped under it is Class. Had it backpedal a little bit, but able to make the play without too many mistakes on that one, and that'll be 2 outs as Clay Badalac still sits over there at first base. We've seen the Joes be aggressive during their win streak, but you have to wonder if maybe they kind of slowed things down as they were caught twice yesterday.
Yeah, got caught twice on the first 2 batters. Miller and Clement both reached base for the Joes in the first inning yesterday and were caught stealing first to second.
It's a big jump and lead over there for Badalac, able to get back in time. Now, Clay hasn't been caught yet, but Steitel behind the plate we've seen have quite the arm. There's another pickoff move. Almost feels like Williams has the broadcast playing in his ear. Heard us talking about the stolen bases. And picks off twice. But Walker Bridges will get his chance to move things along for the Joes. Is that one on the outside corner? I haven't seen Walker Bridges in a couple of days. Played in that home Steam game, but went 0 for 3. As Badalak takes off, that ball chopped on the ground, fielded by Long. Over in time to Class. 5-3 to retire the side for the Joes, who leave a base runner stranded as we go to the third inning. Top of the third.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our
Back here with the top half of the third inning as the first two innings have gone rather quickly here at Foundation Field. Going to be Ortiz, Long, and then Rucker at the top of the order. 8, 9, and 1 for the Copperheads as Josh Lazier looks for back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings as that one is hit high into the air. Ulrich going over to the dugout, runs into it as that one bounces off the top of the Copperheads dugout and then is hit by the ball by the home plate umpire. Just tried to flip it back to him, but was unable.
Yeah, now actually, I think the Copperheads dugout is having a quick conversation with Ron Black at home. Maybe they were leaning a little too far over the dugout there.
The 0-1. There it is, the other breaking ball. My goodness. Saw that one retired Class looking in the last at-bat. Back-to-back. Require a 2-3 put-out. And we'll get it. Back-to-back Ks for Lazier, who looks to be laser-focused on the mound.
Yeah, Lazier already with a strikeout in each of the first 3 innings. Looking very, very solid. Another dominant strikeout.
Bring up Jordan Long, who waves and misses at that fastball, blown right by him. Long, the third baseman for the Copperheads. We'll watch 2 fastballs by him. And now opens the door for that big curveball.
Yeah, Lazier's been peppering that outside corner early in at-bats with that fastball.
That one shot into right field. Casey Fink going to watch that one hop in front of him. Kind of misplays it, but Jordan Long able to get his first hit of the ball game, and that'll flip this lineup over. Always tough when the leadoff guy's the beer batter.
It's going to come up as many times as possible.
1 out, 1 at first for Trey Ruckers. Curveball's going to miss off the plate. And the Copperheads got a couple guys almost reaching double digits. That ball bounces away from Evan Ulrich, but able to recover it in time. A couple of guys reaching close to that double-digit mark in stolen bases. See Rucker at 8, Shepard at 8. But Jordan Long with none so far. As Trey Rucker well ahead in this count. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. Lazier will miss badly off the plate and put 2 runners on now with 1 out.
Yeah, that's the first at-bat where we've seen Lazier really struggle. Even with the couple hits he's given up, they both came on 2-strike counts where he looked pretty solid early in the at-bat. That time just pitching around the zone.
Yeah, seemed to not be able to find it against Rucker. Will bring up Gunnar Aldridge, who is 1 for 1. That one will bounce inside. Doubled his last time up. Had the slider that broke inside, found the barrel of the bat, and shot down the right field line. There's the 1-0. There it is. Found it on the outside corner. The first strike of the at-bat. I'd love to see a big double play to get Lazier out of this inning with as little work as possible. There it is. 6-4. Across the diamond to Wimmers in time. 6-4-3 retires the side. And that will hang a big 0 on the board. Lazier able to get out of it. Leave 1 runner stranded as we go to the home half of the third. The Joes looking to piece up.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Joes. In this 0-0 ball game, looks like we got a bit of a pitcher's duel on our hands. I've just seen 3 base runners in total, with Clay Badalak claiming the first one on the Joes side last inning. Leadoff single. We'll face Tristan Melvin, as that one will miss off the plate. So we have confirmed they're not specifically tight pants. They are short, but they are not loose. That is for sure. That's the 1-0. Going to miss low. I always wondered if that was to kind of regulate blood flow down to the legs, or if that was just a stylistic choice. Because Walker Buehler's are like, I feel like that's a science choice to like bring that. As the 2-0, gonna find the zone. But most notably, I think another button's come off that jersey.
One every inning?
I do think it might be strikeouts. You never know.
That could be true.
The 2-1. Shot right back up the middle. Tristan Melvin leads the inning off our big round. So we've seen him take 2 before. But settles back at first with a leadoff single. Melvin hitting the righties well, though he doesn't normally hit righties well.
He hits off the righty. There it just comes off the end of the bat, right up the middle. Melvin's an aggressive base runner. He's very unafraid on the pads, so we'll keep an eye on him at first. He's already got a pretty big lead, and he's already leaning.
As Casey Fink will swing through the first pitch he sees on his first at-bat.
This is just a brutal team to face if you're a righty, though. I mean, there's so many lefties in this Joe's lineup. Not normal at all.
And there goes Melvin. Steidl unable to get the ball out of his glove. And Melvin will pick up his 4th stolen base on the season. So some early aggressive base running from the Joes as Badilak was not stealing the first 2 batters. Casey Fink looking to maybe move Tristan Melvin over. As he'll watch that one on the outside corner. Did they count that swing or no?
I think it was.
He didn't point, so.
Okay, so
I
we'll
think
call it a looking strike. It was on the outside corner regardless. Fink thought about going after it, but I guess they're going to say he held up, and that one definitely was still in the zone anyways.
But nevertheless, we'll bring up the RBI leader for the Joes and Grant Miller. Hits crazy good with runners in scoring position, hitting 579. As that one. Steidl neglecting to come out there. Williams was kind of calling him. And Steidl said, no, we're good. We're good. Go back out there. Kind of missing with the signs. That one's buried in the dirt to Grant Miller. Miller, the longest active hit streak on the Joes now, as Riley Hawthorne was unable to extend his from 9 to 10. Sits at 7. Look to push his to 8. See a big gap on that right-hand side. Might be able to do it. They'll chop that one to long. Couple shuffles. And will be retired for out number 2. So the Joes in danger of stranding 2 base runners in back-to-back innings. And looking to make it feel a little bit better is Nick Wimmers, who bat from the left-hand side. Is 1 for 3 in this situation. Did strike out in his first at-bat. As that one will miss up and in. Williams has come right in and has been very good against these Joes batters, just kind of filling it up. Getting a lot of swings and not a lot of great contact. I've only seen Badilak really with the best contact so far. That one's bounced in front of Steidl, blocked 2-0.
Williams has fallen behind in a couple of counts over the past few batters. Interested to see. He's been able to record outs on the last 2 batters, but hasn't necessarily peppered the zone early like we've seen on Josh Lazier. He's finished well, though.
2-0. Chopped down the line, almost off the bag. Fielded by Class. Right to the bag himself. Almost a break for the Joes, but not quite as hard down the line as they would have liked. They leave Melvin stranded at second base, and we stay knotted at 0.
Woman-owned and family-operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Top of the fourth inning, and we are zooming here at Foundation Field. Big 6-4-3 double play got Lazier out of the last inning. Hang another 0. As we look at the scoreboards, the Xenia Scouts stay hot. Knock off the Licking County Settlers 9-1. So go to Heath High School and punch the Settlers right in the mouth. As Ratliff will watch that ball off the plate.
Scouts are hot.
I guess so.
Knocked off the 2 top teams in the GLSCL South in the past 2 days.
That one will find the outside corner. As the lights flicker on here at Foundation Field. And that one will miss off the plate. So back-to-back balls on the outer third. One a strike, one a ball. The count's 2-1 to Kyle Ratliff, who is 0 for 1 so far for the Copperheads. Absolutely fooled on that one. I think he thought he was getting a fastball there, and it started low. And then he realized that it was a breaking ball and that he had to swing. As the 2-2 froze him again. So the South leader in strikeouts goes down, looking in the fourth to lead things off. Josh Lazier right back to business.
4th strikeout for Lazier. Another one looking.
Bam Thomas will watch that one find its way to the backstop.
Lazier's now struck out 3 of the 4 batters he's downed looking. Whew. He's freezing him with that fastball.
And there it is right there, a backdoor breaking ball this time. That one the curveball. I haven't seen much of the slider. I think he's more found his groove with that curveball. That one will miss down and in. Bam Thomas 0 for 1 as there's only been 2 hits in this game from the Copperhead side. They'll move ahead 3-1 in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in a 0-0 ball game in this 4th inning. As that one will miss low and Bam Thomas will reach. So 2nd walk of the game for Josh Lazier. He was giving up 2 hits, 2 walks. None have come back to bite him so far as he was able to get the 6-4-3 double play by Gunnar Aldridge to get out of the 3rd. The Joes playing very well defensively so far. That one will miss low to Maverick Stallings. Ground out victim to Nick Wimmers. Hit pretty hard to Wimmers as Wimmers kind of had to take a step back, kind of got almost handcuffed. That one finds the outer corner for the first strike of the at-bat. Wimmers, who I haven't asked if he has ever played first in his life, but is a natural catcher. Kind of that progression from catchers to be able to play first base. But gets his first start here in the summer season at first base and has looked pretty good so far. Part of a 4-3, a 6-4-3. And the 3 unassisted. So he's handled the glove pretty well as that one bounces away from Evan Ulrich. He'll pick it up, fire it down to second. A pick from Sam Lowe, and the ball pops out of his glove.
Wow, that was a great play by Ulrich to recover that one and throw it down. Played on the 1 hop. And that one actually came out late. I think Lowe applied the tag and then actually went up to show the ball to the umpire, and it flew out of his glove.
I think that's actually exactly what happened.
Yep.
3 balls, 1 strikes to Maverick Stallings as he'll swing through that one. Bam Thomas, rather tall. I like to say that he's getting a big lead out there at second, but he also is just a tall dude out there. So you never really know. He's 6'4". There's a 3-2. Off the end of the bat in the middle of the infield. Sam Lowe camped under it. Makes the squeeze for out number 2. And Stallings is retired for the 2nd time today. I'm running a phone booth. We'll bring up Joshua Steidel. A P6 himself his last time up. Catcher who hits from the left side. As they try to find that breaking ball in the outside corner. Not going to catch enough of it. As they try to get the slider in there. Missing off the plate. That one will pay on the outside corner for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second is Bam Thomas. Walked in, reached second on the wild pitch. As we are sat in a 0-0 ball game here in Hamilton, Ohio. 1-1. Steidel thinking about it. Able to hold the back in time. Climbs ahead in this count, 2-1. We've mentioned Steidel has the power. Leading in slugging percentage. As that'll miss low. So probably wouldn't be a terrible idea with a base open in quotation marks. The 3-1 hit on the ground. Diving Nick Wimmers. He'll get it. Flip it over to Lazier off his glove. And a run will come in to score. Almost a perfect play from Wimmers. Dove to his left. Made the throw to Lazier and just ticked off of his glove and into the Copperheads dugout. Steidel will find his way into second after an E3.
That's a disappointing finish on that play there, as Wimmers may have gotten some turf in his eye.
Might be a. Is that not a bloody nose?
Oh, maybe he has a bloody. Maybe. Not sure.
I can't quite tell. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a bloody nose. So.
Because it looked like he dove and maybe the ball, like he hit his head on the ball or like on the ground or something like that.
Yeah, it was a great play to dive and stop that one. And then it was difficult because in all the chaos, he had to throw that ball to Lazier, who was covering the bag. And he had to fire it out in front of him. Kind of lead him like a quarterback, and unfortunately just fired it over his head.
Yeah, that's a tough play always for a pitcher because you're trying to catch the ball and you're also trying to find the bag. And so you're looking down and also trying to look out of the corner of your eye, see where the ball is. And It looked like he might have just taken his eye off for a second and caught the outer third of his glove.
Yep, that one glanced off the glove. Great play by Wimmers. Wimmers back in the lineup for the Joes after some time off, played yesterday and then had a couple days off while he was on some visits. Wimmers out of Nebraska. Mentioned not a first baseman, more of a catcher, but looking for a new home out of the transfer portal for his 5th year of eligibility.
And shoot, clip that, send it to whoever he wants.
Absolutely.
That's a great play. He can play first base.
He could. Looking for his 4th school to finish out his eligibility.
4 years, 4 schools. Why not? 2 outs to Mitch Class, as we're now in a 1-0 ball game after an error, unfortunately, from Nick Wimmers. A 1-0 and a miss inside. And Ulrich having to push off that back leg, go all the way across the plate and make that catch. So Steidel's still at second. Class at the plate. He's 0 for 1. One of the backwards Ks on the scorecard. So that'll find the zone 2-1. But you felt like maybe it was just going to be one, and it wasn't going to be one that you were going to like specifically earn off of Lazier. It was going to be one that was kind of given, as it looked like he was just not going to be able to be fully got. That one will find the zone 2-2. But will now require the Joes to do a little bit of climbing of themselves on the offensive side. 2-2, 2 outs. Runner at second. Lazier Hunt to strike out. That one misses upstairs. So all full here in Hamilton. 3-2, 2 outs. Josh Lazier looking for a big punch out, get out of the inning. And he'll get it. paint the outer corner. Mitch Class down on strikes, looking twice as the fastball froze him. 1 run, unfortunately, on the error as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching the All Will Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
ADG Services is Hamilton and Fairfield's most trusted painting contractors, offering deck staining, sealing, and waterproofing, as well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services.
Back here at Foundation Field, bottom of the 4th, after the Copperheads take the lead in the mid-innings off an error from Nick Wimmers. We'll bring up Ulrich, Badalak, and Palmieri to try to fight their way back here against Nick Williams, who's only allowed 2 base runners for the Joes, both of them coming on hits. Single from Badalak, single from Melvin, both left stranded. Evan laced the ball into the gap his last time up, was tracked down by Rucker. This will be out in front of the first pitch he sees for strike 1. The shadow's starting to come over the batter's box. Saw that yesterday. As that one will miss low. A little less bright than it was yesterday, as we talked about it after the game. Yesterday was rather bright.
Yeah, it was.
Today a little more mild. There's the 1-1. Chopped foul. Williams, who has been very good at getting punch outs, has got 4 through 3 innings. I mentioned Ulrich laced the ball his last time up. Will look to fight his way to a good pitch this time. Won't find it. That'll be strikeout number 5 for Nick Williams. We'll bring up, honestly, one of my favorite walk-up songs of the team. Love a bit of Mac Miller.
Clay Badalak just changed it.
Man of good taste. We'll bring up Clay Badalak. One of 2 Joes to reach base today. And did it on the first pitch he saw. So he'll watch one here. 1 ball, no strikes to Badalak. The DH for the Joes tonight. That one going to be a tough play. Incoming is Stallings. We'll make the throw in time. They'll throw it on the run, and that'll be 2 outs in the inning. Looked like that one might have just died. Had some weird spin, maybe a little bit of backspin as it hit the ground and kind of just stopped rolling. With a great play from Stallings. The 2 quick outs for Williams. And bring up Max Palmieri. Didn't note his walk-up song his first time up, as he is new. He didn't have one. We had to scramble around and find it. As one of our interns, Grant, had to run down there and figure it out. 1 ball, no strikes to Palmieri, who looks for his first time on this season. As that one will bounce to the plate. I thought that one hit him, but it did not. Just bounced off the glove of Steidel. Ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. As that one will find the outer third for the first strike of the at-bat. One to nothing ball game. 2 hits apiece. As that one is hit into the air. Aldridge and Ortiz converging. Ortiz will settle under it, make the catch for out number 3. So another 0 hung on the board for Williams, as the Joes have been stumped so far through 4. We go to the 5th. We'll be right back with more Joes action on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Ortiz, Long, and Rucker do up for the Copperheads as Josh Lazier looks to keep things rolling on the mound. Has just given up the 1 run, but it was unearned. The first pitch to Ortiz, going to be a breaking ball, going to miss upstairs. Ortiz, one of the strikeout victims for Lazier, as that one will miss low. As Lazier sits on 5. 5 being the season high so far. That one's hit on the ground to Sam Lowe. He'll shuffle fire over to Wimmers in time for the first out of the inning. And Ortiz set down on back-to-back at-bats. Bring up Copperheads third baseman Jordan Long. He did reach on a hit his last time up, set one into right center field. As that one will be in there for strike 1. So Lazier has gone up in strikeouts, had 4 his first time out, and then 3 his last time out, and then 5 now as that one's set fair. Down the line, that'll roll into the corner. Jordan Long not stopping. The throw, catch him well in front of the base. Tried to stretch a double into a triple. I don't know if he saw maybe a wave from the coach.
Wasn't even close. He had a conversation with his coach, TJ Lanning, at third base. And Lanning kind of put up the 2 fingers. I don't know if maybe he gave him a 2 versus 3 finger sign and it got, miscalculated or whatever. But, I mean, that was not even close. That ball was already at the cutoff man for the Joes. That was Palmieri at second, right as Long was rounding second base. And as soon as he dug for third, you knew he wouldn't have a chance.
Bring up Trey Ruckers. That one missed low. Yeah, it looked like Palmieri was almost confused.
Yeah, that's a fortunate break for the Joes. Yeah, I think when Palmieri, it actually took him a second when he turned around because I don't think he realized that throw was even going to affect anything.
Lazier finds the zone. Looked like he grabbed it and looked up and was like, really?
Yeah,
all right.
It's kind of one of those plays where you get the balls, the cutoff man, thinking the play is over there, and now you're just kind of holding it to make sure nothing else happens.
So that one's shot into right field. Coming in is Fink. And Rucker will reach for the second time today. No shenanigans this time. Rucker just taking the 1 base.
Yeah, Long's hit off the bat looked like it could have been a triple, and it was in the corner. And Long has a decent amount of speed, but it was hit, I think, a little bit too high, which allowed Casey Fink to kind of get in position before that ball hit the ground. and that allowed him to get it in quick.
There goes Rucker, swing and a miss at the plate. Rucker's in there. Sam Lowe trying to say he stepped off the bag. As Rucker carried a lot of speed through that bag. Thought he might have even tripped and fell off.
Yeah, he slid and kind of stood back up in one motion, almost looked like his momentum would carry him over.
Beautiful breaking ball from Lazier on that one.
Yeah, there's the slider
There
right in
it
the
is.
back door.
Opened it right up. We mentioned Rucker likes to run. That's now his 9th stolen base on the season. Lazier looking for a big punch out. Won't get it on that one. That one missed off the plate. Gunnar Aldridge has seen both sides of the coin. Had a big double and then was part of a 6-4-3 double play. Lazier looked to add a strikeout to that line total so far. A lot of looks from Lazier as Sam Lowe kind of retreated and left Rucker by himself.
Yeah, Rucker had a 4 or 5 step lead off second.
And now a quick pitch. That one fouled. So able to get some sort of bat on it was Aldridge. As that was surely going to be strike 3. Looking for another one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one's chopped on the ground. Fielded by Lazier. He'll make the throw. Will be late. As here comes Rucker. Almost tried to kick him, but as they both kind of try to make amends as Rucker almost kicked him.
And now Coach TJ Lanning with some words for the home plate umpire.
Well, he's
Not
trying
sure
to
what
argue
this is
that
about,
he's
he
trying to
was
argue that he
guarding the
blocked.
plate, but
that he blocked the line.
he had the ball in his hand. That was an ill-advised run by Rucker. That's the second time now tonight that the Copperheads have just gotten caught. The base running has been pretty poor on their side, and that's why they're only leading this game by 1 despite over doubling the Joes in hits. So disappointing end to that inning for the Copperheads.
1-0 our score after a couple of weird plays from the Copperheads. As we go to the home half of the 5th, the Joes try to get something rolling as they chase 1. We're right back on the All Wild Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. On to the 5th inning. Sam Lowe, Walker Bridges, and Tristan Melvin. Like to have somebody new in left field. Pierce Rucker might have done a couple of wrong things to the home plate umpire and got tossed. Sam Lowe laces that one along, bounces off of his glove. We're able to make the play in time. Is Jordan Long. Glad the 3 would not retire as low. It seemed like he was trying to argue that Evan Orr was walking home plate, but Evan Orr was just trying to catch the ball. Might have said a couple things that he probably shouldn't have. He's no longer playing left field. 1 out. Walker Bridges. Foul that one off.
Fans, once again, if you retrieve a foul ball hit out of play, please return it to the right 10 along the first baseline. We'll exchange it for a prize.
We talked about it in the break. Just kind of bad base running, a lot of entertainment for us Joe's fans. But not the smartest of base running in general from Copperheads' side. They now have 5 hits. But still only lead by 1. That run is unearned as that one's sent to center field. Camped right under it is Cal Ratliff. Route number 2. 2 quick outs here in the 5th. Bring up Tristan Melvin, who's the other Joe to record a hit tonight. Just him and Badalak. And no runs on 2 hits. And just the 1 error that it did come back to haunt the Joes. 2 outs. First pitch missed low. Very deep V out there for Nick Williams. We'll have broadcast partner Lucas Foley run it down to talk to the interns to see if Trey Rucker was indeed ejected or maybe it was an injury sort of substitution. Everybody up here seems to think it was an ejection, so we'll go with that so far. Stay tuned as Lucas Foley's still down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tristan Melvin slaps that one foul. Looking for a little bit of a spark for the Joes. They only had the 2 base runners. They battle left Sheridan at first, and Tristan Melvin, the only runner in scoring position for the Joes tonight, back in the 3rd inning. Steve Williams has been lights out. Tristan Melvin gets that one up.
Hodges.
Late Hodges coming to play left field for Trey Rucker. 1-2. And miss low. I'll go back in to Chris Foley, who's just running down there to talk to Copperhead interns to get us name from a guy in left field. What'd you get out there, Luke?
Yeah, so it's going to be Clayton Hodges out there in left. Had to check with some umpires and stuff about scoring.
2-2 set in the center field. Into the right center field corner. Here goes Melvin. He might even have 3.
Yeah, he's going to get 3. He may be in standing. It's going to slide anyway, but
So a 2-out triple for Tristan Melvin puts the Joes the furthest they've been on the base paths. Was it indeed an ejection?
it was an ejection.
Okay.
So Rucker is gone for the game. He'll have to serve a 1-game suspension.
Tough time for the Copperheads. But the best scoring chance for the Joes here in the 5th. As Casey Fink will watch the first pitch he sees for ball 1.
Yeah, that was kind of a tough break because I don't think it was an intentional thing, just kind of a bang-bang play. And so tough for Trey Rucker to get thrown out on that.
The 0-1. Back up the middle. Casey Fink comes up clutch, and the Joes tie it. Love to see Casey Fink get things rolling. Collect an RBI, and we're all squared.
Love to see that kind of hitting with 2 outs. Copperheads went with a really wide look in the middle of the infield. And good on Fink to just hit that one straight up the gap down dead center. Kicked off the right side of the mound, but that's what the Joes needed. And a good piece of 2-out hitting from both Melvin and Fink now. So we head back to the top of the order.
So a 2-out rally. Now Grant Miller will look to keep things rolling for the Joes as the curveball catch the outside corner for strike 1. Yeah, if Gunnar Aldridge is set up where he is now, maybe even a couple steps to his left, that's a put out. So that one's past the diving long. And Grant Miller extends his hit streak now to 8 and keeps the inning rolling for the Joes.
Got to think that some momentum has been built after the defensive plays we saw in that last inning. We saw the Copperheads really run themselves off the base paths with a couple of just poor decisions that allowed the Joes to get out of a jam. I mean, if you look at the scoring in that last inning, That could have been a real jam for Josh Leisure had that double stood and had that single with Trey Rucker deciding not to come around. That could have spelled some trouble, but instead, two ill-advised decisions to try and take an extra base. Both get punished for the Copperheads, and the Joes now able to capitalize on some of this momentum. Looking for more now as Wimmers could potentially give them the lead.
Nick Wimmers looking for his first hit of the ball game. First pitch chopped to Gunnar Aldridge. Actually, he'll field it. Have to go over to Williams. That ball's out of his
Dropped
glove.
the ball, yep.
So that'll be a hit, an infield single for Nick Wimmers.
Oh, and this is not the guy you want up with the bases loaded. My goodness. Evan Ulrich to the plate.
The walkout song draws fear in the hearts of all Copperheads.
So Gunna, 25K jacket.
Yes, sir. Looking for a bag here himself. And a big, big hole in left center field, as they're counting on Ratliff to carry a lot of the weight out there in the outfield. Big gaps as Williams will go out of the stretch, as that one will find the outside corner. Momentum has swiftly changed, as you mentioned, and now 6 hits for the Joes, the most given up this season, tied for the last time Williams faced the Joes, as that one's tipped at the plate off of Steidel. So Williams 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning, but Ulrich looking to be tough with 2 as we've seen him be the entire season. We've seen him draw a couple of walks from being down 0-2. As they'll paint the outside corner. So Williams able to get out of it, but the Joes swing that momentum back into the black and red dugout. 1-1 our scores. We get to the 6th inning. All square here at Foundation Field. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes broadcast. Top of the 6th inning brings a new pitcher on the mound as Josh Leisure's day is done. We'll bring up Alex Wilsbach. We'll look to keep the zeros rolling on the board for the Copperheads as the Joes have secured some momentum offensively. First pitch will be chopped foul. It'll be Ratliff, Thomas, and Stallings. We'll look to get things going here in the 6th.
Last time out for Alex Wilsbach came against the Licking County Settlers about 5 days ago on June 19th. Went 1 inning.
That's something you'll see right there. A lot of swing and miss stuff from Alex Wilsbach.
Yeah, he got 1 strikeout, walked 1, gave up 1 hit, no runs in the win against Licking County.
A big old win. So hunt for a strikeout here, and that'll miss off the plate. So Lazier, who was very good, just had the one unfortunate little hiccup as the ball kicked off his glove, went an error on Wimmers and scored a run. But without that, Joes are winning. He's the winning pitcher. So funny how the game of baseball works. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Ratliff, the Copperhead center fielder, who's 0 for 2 as Wilsbach looks to strike him out for the 2nd time in a row. But 2-2, going to miss off the plate. Wilsbach, one of, if not the only sidearm guy we have here for the Joes.
Yeah, definitely the lowest arm slot.
And the quirkiest for sure. A full count. Swung and a missed. Pulled the string on that one. And a big K to start the outing for Alex Wilsbach. We'll bring up Bam Thomas. So Bam Thomas, who is the only runner to come around to score for the Copperheads. We mentioned scored on the good play but an error back in the 4th. But a big 0 would be huge for the Joes to kind of shut down the momentum from the green and orange side of the field. Wilsbach behind the count, 2-0. As we see Rucker coming to join some of his pitchers in the stands. 3-0 out of Bam Thomas, who was able to draw a walk his first time up, or second time up rather. Took a big rip at that one. Green light, maybe swung at ball 4 on that one.
Yeah, that one was diving low and in.
So got big eyes for the wrong pitch. Another chance for Alex Wilsbach. That one will be fouled off. Works his way all the way back to full. Hunting a big strikeout. With it being Friday, the Stanley Cup just started.
Yes.
Avalanche looking to close that one out. Back at home in Denver, Colorado is the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Will require a throw down to first. Will do so cleanly. So a K 2-3 put out. Back-to-back Ks for Wilsbach. He's looking good.
Yeah, he is. After falling behind in the count there, works all the way back on Thomas. And a really good strike 3 pitch. Good swing and miss stuff, as Blake mentioned when he first came in. Alex Wilsbach looking solid through 2/3.
That's the first pitch. Now to Maverick Stallings, will miss just low. And now that one chopped to Sam Lowe, fielded on the 2-hop. Fire across the diamond, show off the arm. 6-3, retires the side. In order does Alex Wilsbach. Comes in, hangs a big 0 for the Joes as we go to the home half of the 6th. The Joes looking to build upon what they did in the 5th. 1-1 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Bottom of the sixth, 1-1 our score here at Foundation Field. Blake Griffin joined by Luke Westpoli. On a beautiful night here in Hamilton, Ohio, as the Joes look to build upon the run they scored in the fifth here in the sixth. They'll be Badalack to lead things off. And that'll be bounced inside. Still Nick Williams on the mound. The 1-0 into Badalack will miss inside as well, looking to build upon his 4 for 6 numbers as the leadoff man. Already has a leadoff hit earlier in this game, as that one finds the zone. Singled in the second, but was left stranded before the Joes really got their bats hot. 2-1, clip in the outside corner. And Williams works it back to even. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Joes DH, Clay Badalack. That one will miss off the plate. So the count runs full. Clay Badalack just from down the road, Cincinnati, Ohio. He sends that one in center field. Ratliff coming in, makes a few steps, and settles under it, makes the catch for the first out. But Badalack hitting the ball well his last couple at-bats. Rewarding himself a single earlier in the game. And sent that one right to Kyle Ratliff. We'll bring up a guy we'd like to see get hot in Max Palmieri.
Important to keep in mind with Palmieri, though, that like the rest of this Joes team, can't take time to adjust, because we've kind of seen the majority of this roster jump out of that funk that they were in week 1. But for Palmieri, this is, his first couple at-bats. He's kind of in, preseason form.
That's a good point, with this being just his 4th at-bat, as he rips that one. I think he blew off his shoulder guard. Swung so hard. But there you go, first hit of the game, first hit of the season for Max Palmieri. The Joes have a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, that ball was hit on the screws up the left side, just past the outstretched glove of Jordan Long. Maybe a chance to dig for 2 there, but a safe play by Palmieri to just stay over there at first.
That's now the 7th hit of the game for the Joes, as Sam Lowell watched the curveball break, find the inside corner. You've seen that front door curveball consistently from Williams, especially on right-handed batters. As the 0-1 will find it as well. And now behind in the count, 0-2 is Sam Lowe, who is 0 for 2. Pop out, ground out. Now the 0-2 fought off and sent down out of play behind the Copperheads dugout. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Max Palmieri over there at first base. Collected his first hit of the season. As Sam Lowe will chase that one and go down on strikes. Another strikeout for Nick Williams. Put 2 outs on the board for the Joes here in the 6th.
Yeah, Williams has gotten some good swing and miss stuff. It's his 7th strikeout.
Just really loved that fastball to get a couple of strikeouts. Palmieri off with the pitch. Bridges swinging through it. Palmieri trying to swim out of the way, but unable to, as the throw from Steidl was a good one. Palmieri now 0 for 1 is caught stealing. So a 0 up on the board here in the 6th as we go to the 7th. Deadlocked at 1. Alex Wilsbach comes back out for another inning on the mound. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. In the top half of the 7th, Alex Wilsbach back on the mound for the Joes. We just had a conversation mid-inning about FC Cincinnati. We'll have a couple of soccer games just down the road. That'll find the zone for strike one. Being a Sounders fan myself, grew up blessed to be in the Northwest with such a good soccer team.
Since he's still working on it. Good year, though.
Great year.
Great year by Cincy standards.
I don't know, but make the playoffs, make the playoffs.
Make the
you gotta do what you
playoffs,
gotta do.
hopefully.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Josh Steidel, who is dancing out of the way of that one. Still across the plate. Steidel reached on the E3, put the ball in the 3-4 gap to Wimmer's right. His last time up as that one's sent on the ground. Going to require a good play from Walker Bridges. Throw off the arm. There it is. 5-3. The first time really seen Walker Bridges let that thing loosen a little bit.
Yeah, Bridges had to come in on that one. That was off the end of the bat, like you mentioned, Blake. Just kind of a bouncer on the infield grass. Didn't even seem like Bridges had to try extra hard necessarily to make that play. That was pretty smooth from him over there at third.
One out on the board for Mitch Klass, who has been very good, or not very good against the Joes pitching so far. Lazier put him down on strikes twice, both times looking. I believe both times froze on the curveball. There's the 1-0. Gonna miss off. They'll say, no, he did not go. And the check down to the infield umpire. Jazz have climbed their way back and now hopped on top of the steam in the GLSCL South. 5-4 that score. As the Joes will take on the Richmond Jazz at McBride Stadium.
Yep.
On Sunday.
Later this weekend. Steam have really struggled. They've lost 4 in a row.
3-1. On the outside corner, as we've been talking, Wilsbach has fought his way back to now full on Mitch Klass. Looking for yet another strikeout. 3-2. A little too far outside, as that'll be ball 4. And Mitch Klass will reach for the first time today. We talk about the steam just being cold, and we've seen the Copperheads lose 6 straight. Just seems like the beginning stages of the season has been streaky on both sides. The Joes winning 7 in a row, and a couple of losing streaks, a couple of winning streaks. A couple of teams went 4-5-0 to start off the season. So well balanced all the way around. As that one will miss inside. Almost caught the jersey of Ortiz.
Yeah, across both divisions, Joe's currently first place in the GLSCL by half a game.
As that one finds Ortiz. And now Tyler Thaman going to come out. We might see a pitching change here. So there is somebody up in the Joe's pen.
Yeah, the trainer's coming out with him too. Wilsbach jumped. I thought it was just maybe out of frustration after he hit that batter, but maybe he's feeling some discomfort on the mound. So he's walking around. Tyler Thaman's out there, both umpires in the meeting with the Joes as well as the trainer. And as Blake mentioned, there's a righty out there working in the Joes bullpen. Believe it looks like out there that may be Tegan Bork. Need some confirmation on that though.
Put on the binoculars.
It's been a while since we've seen Tegan pitch. Now Wilsbach's going to come out of the game, so it's going to be a new arm on the mound for the Joes.
So we will take the break as Tegan Bork comes out to throw his warm-up pitches. We'll be right back with his. Back here in the 7th, there'll be 1 out and 2 runners on. That's Class at second, Ortiz at first for the new pitcher Shea Hendrickson, number 34 for the Joes, a 5'10 right-hander junior from University of Southern Indiana. Looked to get out of a bit of a jam after Wilsbach was taken out with a bit of discomfort in the right arm. I haven't received official word on what he was kind of pulled for, what was ailing him. But Hendrickson will come in and try to put out a bit of a fire, keep the game where it is. 1-1 our score. With the Copperheads knocking on the door here in the 7th. A bounce almost away from Evan Ulrich, but able to recover quickly and nothing doing. Shea, a record of 1-0. Got that win in the opening day win against the Scouts. Came in to pitch that 9th inning, hung a big 0 for him. Since then has posted a 5.14 ERA. 1 start, 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks as that one is sent into the middle of the infield. Should be presumably an infield fly, as indeed it will be. Retired by Wimmers. A P3 puts 2 outs on the board and puts the Joes 1 pitch away from getting out of a bit of a jam. This being probably the best scoring chance we've seen from the Copperheads since they scored in the 4th. A couple of base running miscues, cutting down a couple of opportunities in the middle innings. 2 outs now for top of the order, as we'll see Clayton Hodges for the first time. Came in for Trey Rucker, who was thrown out of the game for not sliding into home plate. 1 strike now to Clayton Hodges. And that one is fouled off. Did just get confirmation that Hodges now retains the beer batter status.
That's tough to come into a game like that.
Come in, you're immediately the beer batter. You weren't even the one to strike out.
Nope.
Yes, he is. We should do, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed. It's a very
2 strikes, 2 outs. Hendrickson looking for a big punch out. That one going to be bounced in. Tried to get Hodges to chase. Shea Hendrickson looking for a big punch out. Wilsbach had 2 of his own in the 6th, as he retired to the side in order at that time. 1-2. Swung on a missed in the dirt.
We didn't announce it.
There it is. Dollar off beers. And Shea Hendrickson, more importantly, walks the tightrope, gets himself out of the inning after coming into a messy spot, coming in for Alex Wilsbach. The score stays at 1-1. It's stretch time here at Foundation Field. We'll be right back with more Joes action on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Back here after some stretching by the Joes faithful. They'll stay on their feet and look to cheer on the Joes. The Bridges, Melvin, and Fink to get things rolling in the 7th. The Joes tied 1-1 After a bit of an unfortunate run came in earlier, that one was unearned. Time for Josh Leisure. As the first pitch to Walker Bridges will miss inside. As Bridges almost batting 1,000 leading off. His 3 for 4. As a look to get the good things rolling, and that will do it. That one's going to split the gap. Bridges on his horse. They're going to wave him around. The throw will be well late. Walker Bridges sliding in head first. Collects the leadoff triple, and the Joes are immediately in business.
Absolutely, they're in business. Walker Bridges continuing to swing a great bat for the Joes. Climbing and climbing and climbing is that average as it's approaching 300. But Bridges can slug too. We saw the 2 home runs out of him. That time he just picks the gap. And a huge leadoff triple.
The Copperheads bring the infield in at the last minute as Tristan Melvin will foul that one.
Yeah, the infield almost kind of like was pulled in like a string was attached on the windup as they all just kind of slowly moved in as that pitch was delivered.
Magnets. There's magnets at home plate. But Melvin having a good day himself. 2 triples for the Joes today. Bridges and Melvin, both in that same spot in the right center field gap. And Melvin came around to score after Casey Fink clutched it up. And he'll look to clutch it up himself. But down 0-2 to Williams. As that one bounces in the dirt. Yeah, first triple on the season for Walker Bridges. That was the only hit that we haven't seen from him on the season. So that's it for the season cycle, I guess you could say. The 1-2. Setting the right field. That's going to get down. Tristan Melvin have a day. Don't see him in the lineup often, but when he is, he's a lightning rod. 3 for 3, a triple, 2 singles, and now an RBI to give the Joes the lead in the 7th.
Huge stuff there from Melvin, who continues to just find the right spots to put the baseball. That was not necessarily one that was crushed, but Melvin, knowing what to do with 2 strikes on him, just get the bat on the baseball. That one catches off the end and just flares out into right field to easily score Walker Bridges, and the Joes with their first lead of the game tonight.
Catching the late lead as Melvin takes off. Steidel will throw a good one. In time as Melvin's cut down at second. He stole a base earlier today, but Steidel had some trouble getting the ball out of his glove that time. And now this time, Steidel not playing around, puts it on the pillow. And Melvin's retired for the first out of the inning. Kind of sucks a little momentum out, but Casey Fink looking to restart things as he single brought home Tristan Melvin in the 5th. A big clutch at bat himself. Look to keep things rolling out of that 9-hole. No word on what the first pitch was. We all kind of lost it. So that one will miss off the plate. As it's now 3-0. So the first pitch that was stolen was off the plate. Now Casey Fink looking to reach base himself as Nick Williams is kind of unraveled here in the last couple of innings. And now Casey Fink will reach. So riding Nick Williams rather far. He's still in. Some leisurely throwing in the Copperheads bullpen.
Yeah, I'm very surprised we didn't get at least a mound visit after that walk.
There's a big bunt from Grant Miller. On his knees is Nick Williams. As that'll be an infield single. Another bunt single for Grant Miller. 2 for 4 now on the day. Don't know why, if Williams tripped or if he tried to make a slide.
He kind of tripped on his own legs there. It was going to be a tough play anyways. Now we are going to get a mound visit from TJ Lanning. It was going to be a tough play. It was bunted in a nice soft spot just to the left of the mound, but in going after it, I think when Williams tried to bend the waist down at it, he kind of tripped on his own legs, and that was what resulted in the throw being off the bag and well late, and that's going to spell the end of the day for Nick Williams.
So we'll return with a new pitcher and all of his stats. But the Joes take the lead. 10 hits now on the day for the Joes. They lead 2-1. We'll be right back. Back here in the home half of the seventh, the Joes have already tacked one across after a leadoff triple from Walker Bridges and a RBI single from Tristan Melvin. Melvin was thrown out, but Fink, a walk, Miller, a bunt single, brings up Nick Wimmers, who looks for his second hit of the day. As that one missed upstairs. New pitcher on the mound, Adam Beery, out of Ohio University, as the Copperheads are based out of Athens. So you'll see a couple of Bobcats scattered to their roster. A 1-0 will miss low. And now the count 2-0. So Williams, who was starting to unravel over the last couple of innings, gave up the one run in the fifth, gave up one here in the seventh, but is responsible for both runners on the bases. 2 balls, no strikes to Wimmers, who chops that onto the ground long, go second for one. It might have pulled him off the bag.
And he did.
Yeah, no call.
Yeah, it's going to be an error. Yeah, but everybody's safe. Joes get a good break there. And now, redemption time. Evan Ulrich coming to the plate for the second time tonight with the bases loaded. Struck out his first time. This time he's got one out on his team. Another big at-bat here for Ulrich.
And most importantly, gets his lefty. Doesn't particularly hit the righties phenomenally. And that one hit on the ground, but foul. The umpire not making any signs, as we can't really hear him up here in the booth. Probably yelled foul. As Evan crushes lefties. Has both his home runs off lefties, but most recently being in Roselawn against the Cincinnati team. That one was a moonshot. As that one will bounce away, not far enough for Fink to come in and score. He'll stay planted at third base, not wanting to waste a run. But big time at bat for Evan Ulrich, looking to extend the lead. Give the Joes some breathing room. Give this lead some legs. And that one's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Evan Ulrich. Fink at third. Miller at second. Wimmers at first. Joes going to break this thing wide open. Speed at second, speed at third. And some decent speed by Wimmers over there at first. So something in the gap. Scoring 2 for sure. Yes, that'll be a breaking ball chased on the inside. It's now 3 strikeouts on the day for Evan Ulrich. And we'll put 2 outs on the board for Clay Badalak. So now 2 outs. And Beery an out away from tightroping his way out of this thing. Clay Badalak looking to make it hurt. 1 for 3. Going to move that hit tally up by 1 and RBIs by a couple. Is a little miss inside. I haven't yet gotten to see the arms of the Copperheads outfield be tested so far. So unsure what the plate will be like if we got a ball into the outfield. But Grant Miller with some lightning speed out there at second surely will make it close. As it is 2-0.
2-0.
Confusion. Scoreboard says 1-1. The 2-0. Find the outer corner. 2-1. Badalak has hit the ball well in 2 of his 3 at-bats. Had a big single in the second and flew out a loud one to Kyle Ratliff in center. And that will be set in the left field. They're going to wave around Miller. The ball fumbled out there in left. Nick Wimmer's coming into third. The throw will get away. The pitcher, Adam Beery, behind the plate, backing it up, saves another run from coming in. But 2 come in as Clay Badalak with a 2 RBI single extends the Joes' lead, now leading 4-1.
Yeah, that's a big single from Badalak. That ball was not hit hard, but all you need is to just put it in the outfield, a little floater. We've seen the Joes do that a few times, most notably from Tristan Melvin, who I believe has done it on both of his singles, where he's just kind of flared it right over the height where it could be caught by an infielder, about 10 feet high or so. And that's all you need to score 2.
Bring up Max Palmieri, who had his first hit of the season. His last time up will swing at the breaking ball and foul that one into the parking lot.
It's going to be Hawthorne.
All right, it is Riley Hawthorne.
Yeah, so Hawthorne in for Palmieri.
This Palmieri is the righty, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. That one shot up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Tired in time by Stallings, but not before the Joes put up 3 runs and grab a large lead. So going into the 8th inning, the Joes have the lead. We'll see Shea Hendrickson come out now for the win and a bit of a hold himself just to get to the 9th. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Shea Hendrickson back on the mound for the 8th inning in a whole different scenario as he's met with a ball hit into right center field.
Broken bat there from Aldridge.
So Gunnar Aldridge with his 3rd hit of the ball game, 2 singles and a double to lead things off for the Copperheads. But Shea Hendrickson, who we have seen come in and collect the win late in the games, is looking to do so here. He is now the winning pitcher. Runner at first is Aldridge, now to Kyle Ratliff, the center fielder for the Copperheads. And that will be bounced in front of the plate off the chest of Ulrich. in time to scramble around. Aldridge, who has not ran his last 2 times up. We'll check the stats, see if he's one of those stolen base type of guys. He is 2 for 2. Not quite as much of a base stealing team are the Copperheads compared to the Joes, as the Copperheads are stolen 35 bags and it's been caught 12 times. Compared to the Joes 40 plus. 2 balls, no strikes to Kyle Ratliff, who has been hitless today. 2-0. Gonna bounce in the dirt. Henderson having a tough time finding the zone against Ratliff here. Kind of not the spot you want to be doing that with 4, 5, and 6 coming up right behind him. 3-0 in on the inside corner. We do see an arm out there in the bullpen.
It's another righty for the Joes.
I have not seen a lefty just yet. So we'll pull out the binoculars and check between pitches. Pickoff move. Hendrickson not able to get it. A good tag by Wimmers. A good play by Wimmers just to keep that one in front. And that one will miss. Kind of pimps the walk on that one. But we'll be back-to-back base runners for the Joes. As you see Chase Hopewell run out to the bullpen. Not sure if he's going to check on the pitcher, see if he's ready. If he might throw him back-to-back nights. I doubt he'll throw back-to-back nights. It's a big lead, and a bunt attempt is pulled back by Bam Thomas.
Got to be careful where you put this one. You don't want to see your guy get put out at third. Saw that happen to the Joes yesterday. Really deflated some momentum.
There's the 0-1. Also going to miss. Yeah, great play by Ross Smith, who was the right fielder, so has some athleticism. Kind of spun around and gunned down Evan Ulrich at third base. Yeah, you mentioned really killed some momentum there. As Bam Thomas will pull back, and that one on the outside corner. So now the bunt sort of taken off the table. Never know if the Copperheads head coach is one of the guys that likes to double up and bunt anyway. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just missing on that one. Is now 2-2. Bam Thomas currently 0 for. Henderson looks to extend that streak. That one's bounced in front of the plate off the chest of Evan Ulrich, who recovers quickly. Out runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Hendrickson needing a big out here to kind of swing some momentum back on his side. Joe's leading 4-1 as Bam Thomas is the tying run. But needing someone just to close something out here for the Joes. The 3-2 shot foul. Back into play, caught by Wimmers. We'll throw that one back into the dugout. Did see this yesterday as the Joes did take the lead in the 7th inning as well. Then saw 2 runs come in the 8th to give the Scouts back the lead. So a big swing and a miss secures a bit of that momentum back in the arm of Shea Hendrickson. Put a big out on the board for the Joes. Always get a little antsy when the Joes have the lead and then immediately put 2 runners on. Maverick Stallings, 0 for 3. Looking for a big double play to get Hendrickson out of this jam. As they'll flip a breaking ball in, not going to catch it. I don't know where that one missed. We count 1-0. Ground out to the right-hand side his first time up. A P6 and a 6-3. As the 1-0. Gonna miss low. Bounce a little away from Evan Ulrich, but able to corral it. As Evan's been called on several times this game to just kind of keep balls in front. And just looking to battle his way back. 2-0. Finds the inside corner. So did the same against Ban Thomas. Worked his way back. Got a big strikeout. Trying to protect this 4-1 lead. 2-1. Curveball into the middle of the infield. Infield fly. Riley Hawthorne will make the catch. P4. And now back-to-back outs for Hendrickson.
Catcher, Josh Steidel.
We'll bring up Josh Steidel. So kind of stifled the Copperheads' better hitters so far. Knock on wood. So that'll bring up Josh Steidel. It's 317 for this Copperheads team coming into today. But is 0 for 3. That's the breaking ball. Slapped foul. Now hunting a big strikeout here is Shea Hendrickson. Big punch out here would end the inning. Hang a big 0 on the board after the Joes put up 3 in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Josh Steidel goes down on strikes. Shea Hendrickson 2 Ks in the inning. Brings us to the home half of the 8th. The Joes looking for some late inning insurance, leading by 3. Home half of the 8th coming up. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Joes leading by 3 after a big 3-run spot in the 8th. Luke going to kick it over to him for the nonprofit of the day.
Yeah, tonight's nonprofit of the game is New Life Mission. New Life Mission provides a hot meal, groceries, and support services to people who need a hand up. Located in Hamilton's urban core, the mission has been serving the community since 1969 and is supported by local churches and community volunteers. Let's root on Joe's pitchers to 11 strikeouts to benefit tonight's nonprofit of the game.
Always love to see good causes the Joes supporting. Adam Beery still on the mound facing Sam Lowe. As that one is sent high into the air, going over his class. Stumbling a little bit, making the catch almost in fair territory as that one came all the way back. That'll be out number 1.
Second pop out to first from Lowe's. Had a tough day at the plate.
Bring up the hot bat of Bridges, who started things in the 7th. But Joe's almost batting around, brought 8 bats to the plate as Bridges split the right center gap in half and legged out a triple. As the first pitch will be fouled off. Almost the 9th inning, and the sun hasn't even really set here in Hamilton,
Yeah, it's
Ohio.
been a quick game.
As the 0-1, and a miss low. Just about 2 hours here.
Yep. We're moving fast. They're moving slow in Richmond. As we mentioned, we caught up to them despite starting an hour behind.
The 1-1 swung on a miss from Bridges.
That game right now is in the top of the 9th with the Steam trailing 5-4. Steam got 1 out.
The 1-2 shot back up the middle. Big diving play from Aldridge. But Walker Bridges back-to-back innings, back-to-back hits. Now puts a one-out base runner on for the Joes. All of us a little bit of a Jazz fans tonight, as we like to see the Steam kind of be put down, as they're kind of a little behind us in the standings and have kind of fallen further down in the standings on that big losing streak.
Yeah, and the South has gotten more compact in the last week as middle of the pack teams are kind of within a game and a half of each other.
First pitch to Melvin, going to find the outside corner. And getting a little more fun. Seeing teams fight, and it kind of means a little bit more, but here on the Joe's side, we're kind of just trying to run away with things. But Tristan Melvin, who's had a great day at the plate, looks to continue his good day. That'll also ring the outside corner.
Yeah, Licking County in second place at 8-6 coming into today. Richmond is in 5th, and they're 7-8. So really, really compact in those 2 through 5 spots in the South standings.
2 Walker Bridges taken off. Throw from the knees from Steidel. As Aldridge tried to pick that one. And Bridges will have a stolen base. Put himself in the scoring position with 1 out. Yeah, one win kind of shaking up the South Division. 1 win, 1 loss from random teams can really shake things up, make things a little more interesting, as we only take 2 to the playoffs. So a big fight for that big second spot. The 1-2 to Melvin, swung on and missed. So after being good with 2 strikes all day, swings through the fastball on that one and will be retired for the second out of the inning. Bring up Casey Fink. So 2 outs. Runner at second, that's Walker Bridges. Who singled, stole a base. Casey Fink looking for another clutch 2-out hit as well. Brought home Tristan Melvin with 2 outs back in the 5th. The Joes tied things up 1-1. Now leading 4-1. And the hit totals have gotten a little more in favor of the Joes, who now lead it 12-6. As we get an inside move just to check on Bridges out there at second. The Joes offense definitely catching fire late. Took us about 5 innings to get a good scoring chance from them. And then the wheels kind of fell off in the 7th as big triple to lead things off. Single walk, single, and an error brought home a couple runs. As that one finds the outside corner. So Casey Fink 1 for 2. Single RBI in the 5th, struck out looking in the 3rd, and a walk came around to score in the 7th. Taking off is Walker Bridges. That's a balk. Has to be. Did he step off?
Regardless, he got Bridges at third.
Walker Bridges hung out at third base as we go to the 9th inning. So here we go. We'll be right back with more Joe's action on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Bottom half of the ninth inning, save situation for new pitcher Brock Narker. Narker, a new guy on the team as well. Had to bring the jersey to the field a couple of weeks ago. Making his third appearance, will be his first safe chance of the year. Has pitched 4 innings, has received a win. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits, in 2 appearances, a 4.50 ERA. Another Wright State Raider for the Joes. And so face 7, 8, and 9 here in this Copperheads order. The first pitch. Good breaking ball, but not going to catch it. That looked like a strike all the way. Will miss outside, I presume. 1 ball, no strikes. That one will miss upstairs. So Class 0 for 2 with a walk, has struck out twice. Send that one hop to Riley Hawthorne. Defensive substitution. Play we made 4-3 for out number 1. We've yet to see a kind of stress-free ninth inning in a couple of games in terms of being this close. I believe the last time we saw it was against the Steam. I have to look back at the notes. There's a big swing and a miss from Ortiz. It's the ninth inning. Even in that game, we saw a double with 1 out. So we'd like to see something a little cleaner here at the bottom third of this Copperheads lineup. Is that one's chopped to the right-hand side, but foul. Touched by Wimmers. And now 2 strikes on Ortiz as Narker looks for a big punch out. Final in Richmond, as we look to go final here in Hamilton. The Jazz taking that game 5-4.
Crazy game in Richmond.
The 0-2, a breaking ball almost hits the head of Ortiz. As the count moves to 1-2.
Jazz get out hit 11-4 and defeat the Cincinnati Steam 5-4.
That's some timely hitting. I don't know what is. The 1-2 swung on and missed.
There's your nonprofit, 11 strikeout for the Joe staff.
And it comes with 2 outs here in the inning.
With that, our partners at Community Development Professionals will be making a $500 donation to New Life Mission.
Everybody cheering as that $500 will go to New Life Mission. A good cause here in the Hamilton area. The 2-out offering now swung and a miss by Long. As Brock Narker's looked great here in his first 2 batters.
Yeah, Narker has had a couple really strong outings in his first few appearances.
You know what? Shot back up the middle. 1 hop to Sam Lowe. Across his diamond. And the Joes win. Paint it black and red. The Joes win again. So after losing the winning streak at 7, starting a bit of their own here with 1. Have to get to 3 to be considered a win streak, but on their way. 4-1 our final score as the Joes out hit the Copperheads as well, 12-6. It took a 1-out or a 2-out RBI from Casey Fink in the 5th, and a RBI from Melvin and 2 RBIs from Badalak in the 7th to give us all 4 runs. The winning pitcher will be Shea Hendrickson as Narker comes in to get the save as Nick Williams will receive the loss. We'll be right back here for the post-game show in a couple of minutes. The Joes win 4-1 as we'll have a Joe put on the show as well. We're right back. You're watching the All with Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.